What up, yo? I'm back, motherfuckers. Fucking took a little hiatus, you know, because I've been busy with shit. Not really, I'm just a lazy dickhead. So, yeah, now we're gonna do a fucking, what's in my record collection, number 6. Alright, let's walk over here to my records and, what the fuck? Where'd my records go? My records are gone! God damn it. What happened to my fucking records? I don't know where they went, man. I don't know what... Oh, hey, buddy, how you doing? What's up? What the fuck? Did you do this? Did you steal all my records? You bad kitty. You a bad kitty, buddy. Fucking record jacker. Oh, yeah, back, bitches! Welcome back to the show. It's been a while. I want to say that I haven't been doing this for a while just because I've been lazy, which is partially true, but it's probably also equal parts apathy and self-loathing. I don't know why, I just haven't done the show for a while, but the other day I was like, I should get back to that, man. I like listening to records, so without further ado, let's look at the old record collection. And I was doing that gimmick where I was asking people, but since oh shit, I can see a record, I shouldn't be able to see that. Where I would ask people where I should pull, but you know, I haven't been doing this enough, and I don't have enough fans to do that. So I'm just gonna randomly pull some shit out. I'm gonna close my eyes here. Unfortunately, the way that my apartment's set up is that the records have to be all the way over in the corner. It's really difficult for me to reach. So closing my eyes, and shut that so I can't see things. And I'm just gonna pick, what's this? Whatever this is, right here. Whatever that is. Picking it, I'm pulling it out, and it is. Alright, let's see. Elizabeth Cotten, When I'm Gone. I've only listened to this one time. Well, she plays the banjo. I think she plays the guitar, too, on this, if I'm not mistaken. And what I remember when I heard this the first time was, man, she's ripping it up, dude. She's a motherfucking shredder, if there ever was one. You know, way back in the day. I'll look at the, find out when the, you know, all the info on the back and shit. And maybe I'll look a little bit up in between. But, yeah, I'm gonna put this in again. It's been a long time. I don't really remember this album. But, yeah, I'm gonna put this in. Listen to it. A little bit of Elizabeth Cotten, When I'm Gone. And I'm pretty sure she's gone. I don't think she's alive anymore. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, just finished listening to Elizabeth Cotten, When I'm Gone. What can I say about this album? It was pretty good. She's good. Hey buddy. Oh, he wants to snuggle. Why do you always want to snuggle when I hit the record button? This is terrible timing. I'm not going to pet you right now. You can sit in my lap if you want. I'm going to talk about this record. It's like, pet me, fool. Okay, so this is a folk album. You know, it kind of all depends on how you feel about folk music. I don't love folk music. Like I think I said last time with you can see that Bob Dylan record over there. I'm not a big fan of the singer-songwriter. I probably like her more than most. She's got a real nice, pretty voice, also with quite a nice bit of husk in it too. I mean, you can tell from in this picture she's probably in her 60s in this picture. So she's been around. She's lived a life, and you can really hear it in her voice, which is nice. Having said that, I'm not a huge fan of... yeah, sorry, bud. Sorry, my cat is having problems here. Getting caught on my shit. Sorry, buddy, you're just gonna have to sit there. I'm not gonna pet you right now. He's probably gonna fuck off. He's like, oh, you just gonna hang out with me? This is giving me the cold shoulder. Such a jerk. Pet me. Okay, sorry. Back to the record. It's a folk album, which I'm not a huge fan of. It's also predominantly in the major keys, which, if you don't know, if you're not a musician, you may not know this. The major key is usually very happy sounding music, and minor key is usually what we think of as kind of sad. But those are the two general. I mean, there's kind of gradations of differences in mood depending on the type of music, but that's the basic split between major and minor. Minor's kind of happy. Oh, sorry, I fucked that up. Major's kind of happy. Minor's kind of sad. This is mostly in major. Having said that, so there's a lot of things about this album you'd think I wouldn't like. I don't like the singer-songwriter. I don't like majory sounding stuff. There are singers that I like, but I generally like instrumental music. And there's actually quite a bit of instrumental too. More than half of this is probably instrumental. But I have to say, what I really appreciate about her is her playing. I mean, she's really good. I read some things on the internet, Wikipedia mostly, that she taught herself how to play the banjo and guitar, which, if anybody is watching this who's ever learned an instrument, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I've mostly taught myself how to play the guitar, but I did in the very, very early days have a couple of teachers to kind of point me in the right direction, so they kind of gave me some tools, and from those tools I was able to, like, figure out things on my own. But I mean, she just picked something up, and she didn't have anybody to show her anything, it sounds like. She just figured it all out. And on top of that, I learned that she actually has a guitar technique named after her. Now, if you don't play the guitar and you're not a musician, it's incredible to have any technique named after you. The technique is cotton picking, which, when I first read that, I was like, is this right? Because I always thought cotton picking was kind of like a racist, throwback to the days of slavery, but her last name was Cotten, and she had a particular way of picking. I don't know if I should get my guitar out to show you what the difference is, but like, essentially you can see she was a left-handed player. This is what made her playing kind of unique and different. Was normally when you're a right-handed player, the guitar, most guitars are strung in a particular way, which means that the very the strings that are closest to you, your face, I guess, the ones on top there, the ones up here, in a normal guitar or a banjo, those would be the bass notes, and then down here would be the treble notes. Well, they didn't have left-handed guitars and banjos, so she had to play this the opposite way, which normally you would use your thumb up here on top, and that's what you would hit the bass notes with, and then you would use your other four fingers to play like the melody down in the treble notes, the higher notes. And so she had to do the opposite. Her thumb had to be the one that did the melody playing, and her other fingers, or I'm not exactly sure, I haven't seen any, I should actually go see just footage on YouTube of her, would have to do the bass notes, which would be down here, and it led to a very particular style of playing, way of picking, called cotton picking. Like I said, that's pretty amazing for somebody to have actual musical technique named after them. Some other interesting facts. She began at 7, and then I think she got married in her late teens, and then for like 25, she got married, put down the guitar to raise a family, and as so many women do, sacrifice their own, goals and careers so they can have a family. And this was way back in the day. This was like fucking this was like the 10s or something, like 1910s or something. And she didn't play for 25 years. So she was busy taking care of her family and not working on her, her guitar playing and stuff. And then after that, she, I guess when her daughter grew up and got married, she divorced her husband and moved in with her daughter and started playing again. And then I guess she was a housekeeper for the Seeger family. You know who Pete Seeger is? He's kind of a famous folk guy. She was their house cleaner, and they realized that she was a badass. And they started recording her, and then she became famous because of it. So in like her 60s, she became a famous musician, which is pretty rad. I mean, it's never too late. Don't give up. I also read there's a song on here called what is it? Is it Freight Train? Freight Train. It's hard. I don't know how to fucking focus this thing. It's this first one on the second side. It's called Freight Train, which apparently was covered by a lot of people, including you over there, Bob Dylan, and Jerry Garcia and Joan Baez and a few. And it was actually a whole list of people, but those are probably the most famous people who covered that song. So she became well known, and I guess she was playing music till the end. She lived till she was 94 or something. So. Pretty amazing life, a fantastic player. Like I said, not necessarily my type of music generally, but I really admired what she did. I obviously, if you're into folk, I don't know why you haven't listened to some more Elizabeth Cotten. It's pretty great. Well, it's just her in her banjo or the guitar. Like I said, probably half the songs are singing, or even less than half the songs, and half are instrumental. And I said it was in the major key, which is not my favorite. So a lot of things about this I wouldn't think that I would like. And I wouldn't say that I would pull out Elizabeth Cotten and just listen to her, on the regular, but I want to describe this whole album as a very pretty album. Like, God, if you were getting up and making yourself a nice Sunday brunch, breakfast sort of thing, and you just put this on in the background, I think this would be extraordinarily pleasant. What else to say about Elizabeth Cotten? I don't know. It's hard to recommend. It all depends on the types of music that you like. Like I said, I'm not a big folk fan. Not a big singer-songwriter fan. But she's good. She's something real nice about her. And I mean, just imagine, man. Imagine if you had a grandma who could rip it up like Elizabeth Cotten. That would be pretty badass. I don't know. Maybe go listen to Freight Train or something. I think that's supposedly her most famous tune. Yeah, Elizabeth Cotten. A badass. Oh, you big beastie. Who's your big beastie? Who's my big buddy? Who's my big furry friend? It's you, buddy. Hi, buddy. Oh, you're so cute. Just so you have to put away all those fucking records, though. Kitty buddy. Kitty buddy.